I don't know why I'm laughing. Excuse me. Hold on. Don't know why I'm laughing, Aries. This one is for you. I think it's because we have to be good humored for October because it looks like a double whammy coming at you. You've got the Libra new moon, okay, right in your face. And then you've got the big Scorpio stellium. Like what happens deep down inside the relationship once you're in the relationship. Oh no. Deep sea diving here, people. All right, cards are well shuffled in advance, but I want to go to the last second so that you're witness. No jumpers, no flyers, no oracles, no reversals. Sorry about that. It's hard enough to do this without all of that extra stuff, okay? So just trying to keep it really, really simple. When I do this for you guys, it feels like I'm watching a movie and I'm doing everything I can to try and keep up with it and narrate it in a way that makes some kind of story sense to you guys. Let's put this aside for a moment. Let's get to it, see if I can explain what I was trying to explain. First, sorry, let's do this, get the right order. Number one, Tarot Illumination housekeeping. Tarot Illumination Love Tribe membership. Press the magic button up here or check the links below. Personal readings, check the links below. First Friday healing event ever, October the 5th. Link below. Shopping, link below. Books, link below. Satin silk scarf, the link below. Okay, so there you go. Key dates of the month. Well, let's get to it. October 8th, the Libra new moon, okay? October 10th and 12th, the big Scorpio stellium piling up here. Lots of planets piling up in Scorpio. Oh no. October 24th, the full moon. Taurus moon, Scorpio sun. Ah. October 26th, the Scorpio stellium maxing out over here. So just mark your calendar. Let's go to this thing. I'm using the same data that they use at NASA, okay? You know, that's what we do with an astrological ephemeris, astrological heavy-duty softwares, space travel. They use the same data. It's just we come at it from a completely different perspective. So this is the astrodoodle for the whole planet. And I'm just super simplifying everything. And it just happens to look very much this way for you. Thank you, dear Aries. So over here, let's put this over here. This is you, Aries, on the horizon. And this is the Libra new moon over here in your seventh house of number one-on-one relationships, okay? We're not talking about the fifth house lovey-dovey romance thing here. That is under a lot of pressure, no question about it, with the Scorpio, Taurus, Mars and Aquarius axis T-squaring here, putting all the pressure to basically be as, let's say, magnanimous, true, authentic, courageous, risk-taking as possible in love and relationship, okay? But we need to go deeper. We're talking about a formalized relationship over here in the seventh house. And then what happens once you're inside a formalized relationship and you go under the covers? Da, 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 you get the Scorpio energy that rules your eighth house, the house of shared resources, deep soul merger. Okay, you know what happens when people get that close, where it's like, I love you, I love you, I love you, let's do this, and it gets so hot, we have to do it, baby. And your soul merges into their soul merges into your soul, and you become one thing. And sometimes they call that a marriage, okay? So what happens? What you're going to find out, okay? So Aries, this is you. A new moon Libra over here. It's starting October 8th. So see this as the beginning of a new chapter in love and relationship for you. A year-long chapter. It's starting from scratch after you've just lived through a whole year already. So what does the new year look like? Well, you're going to find out a lot more pretty soon, especially towards the end of the month when the Scorpio stellium really piles up in the eighth house here. You, Aries, could be dealing with a deeply profound, intimate, soulmate type of relationship that is coming into you from the past, like a soulmate renewal, soulmate revival thing. And maybe it's about time. And it's an opportunity for deep soul healing. This relationship could provide a lot of deep soul healing for you and for a significant other. It might be that this other party is truly an angel for you in your life. And in some way, you might be an angel for them in their lives. We'll see. But it's a very stressful alignment here, this big T square thing. And so we just have to get that on the record, okay? Let's get into it. I think I mentioned stuff here already. Let's have a look. Libra new moon, 7th house. And going next level, new starts in love and relationship. This is an excellent chance to invoke what you really want in a relationship. And it might help to have a discussion with a significant other, okay? By invocation, creating your intentions, setting new intentions. Like, what are we going to do now, honey? And how are we going to do this? Let's make this happen. And you do it by like creating an invocation, maybe a chant or a mantra for yourself, okay? So we already talked about this. This is the end of a year's journey and the beginning of a new journey, a whole year cycle for you in love and relationship with the significant other. Going forward, the Scorpio stellium, quickly, it's diving deep. We talked about that. Going deep into the soul of the other, the soul going into the depths of you to become one. It's also about reevaluating what are the values. What do you value about the significant other? What is it that they value most about you? Okay? And you're going to find out probably a lot more towards the end of the month, October 24th, when the moon hits Taurus. Okay? You'll get a reflection. You'll get an actual reflection coming back to you. So please mark your calendar and pay attention to those dates. Okay, let's get into the cards. Thank you for listening. Thank you for all your patience. When we do this, we're using the crucible spread. Watch for your sun, moon, and rising, okay? Because in case they're all different, cross watch for your significant other. Reinterpret if you want to or have to. If you want to go deep into yourself, which I highly recommend, Aries, cross-reference to the monthly journey reports on the other playlist, okay? It's out there. And when we do this thing here, for you, Aries, please bring in your invisible friends. Angels, archangels, spirit guides, loving beings from the great beyond who are there for you and prefer to be invited, because that's what we do here, okay? We're going to use the crucible spread. It's about you, the other, and the relationship itself, a third entity which has its own energy, okay? Let's allow for that. We're going to cut it up now. Bless the cards, bless this deck, bless you, Aries, bless the whole channel, bless Tarot Lumination, bless the cameras and wires and all the electricity, okay? So what are you radiating, Aries, right now, okay? Think of yourself as a cell phone transmitter. You're always transmitting and receiving. What are they radiating, okay? What is radiating from you deep at the heart and soul level? What's radiating from them at the heart and soul? What about at the core of the relationship itself? What does that look like? How does that exist? Think of this as a vibrating living entity. And what does that look like? What is the strength? Where are the strengths here? Where is the weakness? Think of this as the crucible. This is the crucible. From the top, it would look like a bowl structure that is built to withstand, ideally it is built to withstand the intense energies, alchemical energies that happen in relationship as we intimate and separate. So that's all we're doing here is we're accepting that there is a structure outside of you, outside of the other. It's called the relationship. And the relationship is like a bowl. Over here, prospects and momentum. Think of this as a living, breathing thing. Are you looking after this? Are you nurturing it? Are you fertilizing this? Are you depleting this? What are they doing? Okay, over here, environmental energy, circumstantial energy. Think of it as weather. What have we got? Let's start. The 5 of Wands. So it could be quite exciting for you going through this month. It might feel as though you're really being forced to go through your paces where you don't have a choice except to rise to the challenge, okay? Where that's okay for you, because that's what you do, Aries. You kind of like, where's the problem, man? I'm there, and you're the one who walks in first. Everyone else is running away, and you walk into it because you're the only one who has the courage and the weaponry and the knowledge and the fearlessness to just to walk in blind, okay? So that's what I feel is going on here. And deep down, I think you know this is going to work for you and be good for you. It could be very intimidating. It could force you to the very limits of your abilities. But I think that's, it's a very intense period that we're dealing with here. The Scorpio Taurus axis and the Libra Aries axis being strongly triggered. relationship and deep intimacy in relationship. Let's have a look. What are you radiating? Okay, so let's think of it as in terms of evolutionary terms. I think this is perhaps representing a little bit of resignation. I think of like basically realizing that you have to give up on anything and everything that you've known in terms of your parameters and understandings about how love and relationship worked in the past, because there's nowhere else to go but forward. You can't stop the journey. You understand? Let me explain this. This never stops. It's always moving and changing and shifting, always forward, always pressuring us to move into the great unknown, where there is always fear and where there's always opportunity. It's scary and beautiful at the same time. Okay? There you go. I just said that. Wow. Huh. So you might be realizing that, like you have no choice, especially with the Libra new moon, except to evolve and grow and move on. And whatever you thought was love, whatever you lived, in what you call a love life, it might have been for months, weeks, years, decades. It's changing and shifting forever, where original concepts and understandings are going to be left behind, and you know that, and so you accept it as, let's just say, almost, this is not a fate card per se, but it's just like realizing that you have so much more to do, so much farther to go. And because we're starting with the Libra new moon, let's just say that over here. Okay, can you see that? Let's just call that Libra new moon. You're essentially, to me, it feels like you're being forced to take those huge leaps into the great beyond, into the great unknown, and just evolve and grow from there. And only you can do it, Aries. You can't get someone to live your life for you. You can't outsource your life, okay? Maybe some people try, but you can't. I don't think it's appropriate nor healthy anyway, even if it was possible. So let's have a look. What are they radiating? Okay, I'm so happy for you, Aries, because it looks like you're extremely lucky in this situation to be dealing with someone where it's almost like, it's like, I don't care. I know you might be having a rough time. It might be a very, very intense experience for you. I've just been watching all my tarot illumination videos myself. And look at me. I'm doing just fine. You see, as I got figured it out, I've already realized that I have the right to be happy, and I choose happiness. I choose to be happy. Okay? So I'm going to choose to be that way. And I'm going to be that way, not just for me, but I'm going to share that with you. I'm going to share my happiness with you. And you're like, wow, that's so cool, because I might need an awful lot of that. Oh, if you don't mind. Oh, please, 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 please stick with me. Please stick with me. I'm like, it's okay. I'm here. I'm here. Don't worry. All right? Okay. Because I know I can feel it. I'm going through some big, scary, inevitable changes. It's okay. This happens in love, in relationships. See, I've done it. I've lived through it all with you. I've endured all your ups and downs, and I'm still happy. See, it's okay. I'm indestructible. Ha 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 ha. So go for it. Live your life. Okay, all right. You said so, so that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do it. All right, here we go. So, what's happening deep down inside of you? Aha! Ha 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 ha! Aries, you can't fail. You can't go wrong, because deep down, you already know you've got the gold. You've got the goods. You've done so much, I think, deep down spiritual gold mining, heavy duty inner work, that you can handle this, that you already have a certain degree of mastery of what this actually looks like in real life. With Tarot Illumination, we go on about it here, on and on and on. Love is as love does. Love is like a resource. It's a talent. We have physical bodies, three-dimensional lives. We have hours and time in our day. What are we going to do with all of that? Are you going to burn out and stress yourself with work, 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 and then end up being useless to anybody and everyone else? Are you going to be a vagrant? Are you going to balance things out? It looks to me like you understand, you already know that the most important thing is love, but evidence of love. Love is as love does. So it's like you already own that as as an asset. Huge assets of love. You understand that what it really means is to be willing. It's a conscious, willing decision to go out of your way, out of your comfort zone, and deliberately choose to nurture and foster your own spiritual health and growth and healing so that it works for you, so that you can be your most loving self, okay? Which makes you more and more and more valuable. Investing in yourself, which is the best thing that you can do for the significant other and the rest of the planet. Thank you very much. So with the King of Pentacles here, to me, it already feels like, okay, well, I know I'm going to start this whole new chapter. I know it, and I know I'm going to have to go deep, but I'm not worried because I've got all this and I am all this. I am already a living example of love is as love does. I know where to invest my energies and I know where to not invest my energies, and I'm not going to squander anything. How do you think I got this far? It's a huge amount of work. It's huge amounts of challenge to reach this level of ability to manifest love in real life. I'm not going to waste this, believe me. And I deserve this. I deserve this even more. There's no shame here, no apologies for continuing to invest, just going deeper and better. And they're like, that's cool. I totally dig it. I love this. I love this. And I'm here for you. And I'm just being me. And I'm going to be happy regardless. Whatever you're going through, go through it. I'm just going to do this and be this. Thank you very much. So let's have a look. What are they radiating from inside? Okay, King of Pentacles. Oh my gosh, I am so happy for you, Aries. It looks like you have struck gold here. Maybe you've been a gold miner for yourself, knowing that it's a very, in some ways, a very scary, lonely journey having to go for the gold. A lot of people settle for brass, copper, lead, mud, compromises and compromise. But it looks to me, Aries, like you want gold. You know you're worth gold. You deserve gold. And you're going to keep going, digging even further and allow yourself to be transformed. Go through the transmutations that happen when that big Scorpio stellium comes along. It's almost like allowing yourself to go through the process a deep soul transformation in order that you can get the gold, okay? And you struck lucky because it looks to me like you're relating with someone who is determined to bring their own assets and resources into the relationship themselves, primarily for their own benefit, because they know that this is what works for them. This is one of the most important decisions to make, is to love thyself, which means investing in the self, loving thyself in terms of evidence. Okay, just like we were talking about earlier, love is as love does. Love being, a willing decision to go above and beyond their comfort zone. Well, that's what they're doing here. And they're reaping the joys and the benefits, and they are sharing that with you. That's what I see here for you, Aries. So I feel that you're very, very lucky. You've got someone on your wavelength who is there for you while you go through this like tumultuous shift, these tumultuous new starts and new beginnings. What about the relationship over here itself? Whew. Ace of Cups. Ooh, this is beautiful. From my perspective here is Tarot Lumination as your reader on this little, one-off mini reading we're doing for 11 relationship, Aries, October 2018. This too shall fade, but for right now, it looks like the very core, the very structure of your relationship is love. It's founded on love. It's built on love. The primary ingredient, the cement, the concrete, the structure, the framing, the interior decorating, the exterior decorating is all formed from the same ingredients, love. Okay? So it's very beautiful. And it looks like it'd be appropriate for you to, like, if you know this and have this already, think of this as a sacred opportunity here. This is a chance to invest and take it even further. Love breeds love, okay? Love breeds love. And that's what I think is going on here. Again, sacred opportunities, I think very much aligned with the new moon. The new moon in Libra is starting a whole new chapter of life and love for you in a deep, but you're just going much deeper, much more intimate. And you're with someone who's willing to invest there with you and go there with you and to match you, like matching funds, like I'm willing to put everything I've got. And they're like, well, I'm going to do everything I can to put everything I've got in too. Okay. So love breeds love. It's a commitment here to love breeds love. What's this look like? Okay. Well, okay. Let's not get too carried away here with the Knight of Cups. This could be very, very romantic in such a way that when the reality check here is like it's very serious, it's very, very intense. But since both parties are clearly aware of what really, really counts, it's not just concepts of love and the gooey, gooey romantic stuff, it's the evidence of love. What I feel here is like, what happens in a relationship when they're having a really hard time? And it's no fault of anybody's except their lack of evolution. What are you going to do about that? Are you going to continue to invest and be there? In a deeply loving, committed relationship, yes, you'd be willing to intimate and separate, and continue no matter the odds. Okay? And the same thing. Okay, so this way, like, what's it like from their perspective? When you feel like for you, you might be going through a really, really tough time right now, having to face this Libra new moon, full on opposition, maximum pressure and opposition that you can get in astrology, in life. And it could put you to the point where, like, I don't know if I can handle it. I don't know if I can handle it. I don't know if I can take it. And yet, look at this. It's just like we talked about at the beginning. Of course you can. Look at me. I've endured. I'm totally here for you now. Okay? You are gorgeous. You are beautiful. You are happy. I've enjoyed all the benefits of love is as love does from you, and I'm doing everything I can to offer all that I have in terms of love is as love does for you. So guess what? That's the formula. You create love. You consciously decide to invoke the healing power of love into your life from above by actions, by your decisions, okay? And that just breeds more, and you realize that you become a gift to each other. You, Aries, become a gift of love to a significant other. You're just adding onto the cups. You're just filling the cups even more. In return, that's very reciprocal. I see this as very, very mutually healing, mutually transformational, mutually empowering, where they in turn return the favor to you. Okay? But it takes conscious, deliberate efforts to do that. You cannot do any of this stuff on autopilot. You just can't, like, see each other, get the hots for each other, jump in the sack, do what you do, and then switch everything to autopilot, thinking that that's how it all works. No, I'm sorry, it doesn't work that way. This involves like serious commitments. It looks like long-term commitments here to love, and love is as love does, and realizing it's very romantic. It's very delicious and satisfying in a very romantic way to live under those kind of mantras where we decide, like, we are loving, we are loved. Like, I am loving, I am loved. By the way, you are loving, you are loved. Well, okay. Now you say the same thing back to me. Okay. I am loving, I am loved. You're loving, you are loved. Exactly. See what I mean? It works. Perfect. Thank you. Wow. Okay. Thank you. Whew. That was a little bit scary. Well, you see, we made an investment. We deliberately went through a uncomfortable, awkward moment with you, and we deliberately chose to invoke the healing power of love into our love and life and world from up above. And look, you see, it was a gesture. This was my gesture to you, and you returned the gesture to me. So we are loving, we are loved. Okay? And let's be grateful. Let's be grateful. Let's make the decision to continue to be that way. Okay? Let's take advantage of this opportunity here. Okay? This feels, even though this is not a couple's reading, it feels like, well, it is all about you, but you're dealing with someone who looks like they're very committed to you and to the relationship for the love and the healing. Okay? So let's just, no matter how challenging, okay? It's almost like they're digging this, they're rising up to it. It's almost like it's fun for them. All right, let's have a look. Let's leave it at that. Thank you so much, and thank you for choosing Tarot Illumination. I know you could go to thousands of other places, but you came here. Thank you so much. Bless you, Aries. All the best. You can handle it.